Hello, and welcome back to Modern Daze, episode 31. This week's question for our players is, what hobbies has your character had? This can be in the past or current hobbies, and even if you've only tried it once. I'm going to start with Tom.
Hi, I'm Tom. I play Raffy Matthews. Raffy is unashamedly a bit of a music nerd. You see all the different musical instruments from like other countries he's been to, all the rest of it. He plays every single one of them badly, and I mean badly. But he doesn't care because he's making noise and he makes him happy.
That's nice. I like that. Play things badly, people, even if it's terrible. Good for your soul. So Kyle.
Like this game.
Yeah.
Hi.
Shut up.
Yeah. I'm Carl. I play Kevin the Paladin. Kevin's hobbies consist of rambling and coin collecting.
Coin collecting. That's awesome.
It's
Just a bunch of
just
coins.
he ends up finding them. People seem to discover them, so if it's a different one to what he's got, he'll pick it up.
That's kind of cool. Oh my god. I was not expecting proper nerd hobby. Okay, cool.
Says the role player.
Shut up. That reminds me, I need to start collecting those Discworld stamps. Remind me, Tom.
Yes.
Let's go, Ian.
Hi, Ian. I'm playing Dabble, the Blaze Singer. Dabble's part of a goth rock a cappella band called Morgana's Misfits. Other members of the band, there are two other half-elves, a full elf, and a dwarf beatboxer called Duncan. They had a monthly residency at the Duck and Goose, Dabble's local, until his pyrotechnic effects got a bit out of hand, and he nearly burned the place down.
Duncan the Dwarven Beatboxer.
I love it. Oh my god. Wow. Just
We
out
gotta
of
go
the fucking side. Oh,
I
jeez.
hope you took
Sod saving
notes
the
of
world.
that, Bea.
need
We
to go
want them
find
appearing.
Duncan.
Oh, they're absolutely appearing. Oh, mate.
The quest for Duncan is now a thing.
The quest for Duncan.
Yeah.
The side quest.
No, we're quitting the main
Oh.
quest. We're going for this.
We're going to find Duncan. Oh my god.
Well, you just have to go down the pub every week. You'll find him.
Yeah, that's so good. Thank you, Ian.
Oh no, they've
Ed-
just been banned because they nearly burnt the bar down because of.
Oh yeah, they
Dow
did. They did.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not welcome at the
Got-
Duck and Goose anymore.
I'm
my
sure.
God. Okay.
Actually, if you told Raffy that, I'm sure he could get you a gig at Slime Lights or one of the other clubs that Ash
When they're not
owns.
closed down.
Yeah.
Anyway, Ken.
Oh, sorry. Hello, I play Liam O'Brien, the Ranger. Liam's hobbies are juggling and origami for when he's on public transport. He's very it passes the time, or when he's waiting for the next job to come in or the next information. He's an accomplished juggler and he loves folding things. He would. I was going to think of some other things, but I thought it's probably not appropriate.
Juggling and origami.
Folding paper is the same as folding bad guys.
No.
Not
at all. Not a little bit.
This YouTube stream is flagged as not appropriate for children, so you can be honest if you wish, Ken.
You can't be honest.
I
Please
just
don't
wanted
be honest.
to go for something. My first thought was torture and killing vampires, but that's a bit boring as a hobby because that's
not
what
a hobby.
he does.
That's your job.
Exactly. So I
Some
figured,
people turn their hobbies
what
into
would
a
he
job.
do?
Yeah.
And juggling and origami came up as passing the time because he's got no friends. He's got nothing. He doesn't go out.
Wow.
He just juggles. I'd expect him to be a really accomplished juggler and really good at origami because he's got a lot of time to practice.
I had an image of Liam and it's been utterly destroyed by just this really scary guy on the tube folding in little hats. Anyway,
Animals more.
let's go Ben, who we can see. There's a Ben. Go for it, Ben.
Hi everyone, I'm Hendrix. I play Ben, and Hendrix doesn't believe in hobbies. They're a distinctly human invention. I mean, most creatures are just too busy, just trying to live. So I guess the nearest Hendrix gets to a hobby is when he plays Ghost Dog with unwitting restaurateurs before absconding with a mouthful of meat.
Ghost Dog.
Yeah.
I love it. Very good. And Andy.
Or you're going to say chasing your tail.
Oh,
That's not a hobby. That's imperative. You have to chase your tail. I can't get it escaping.
Go on, Andy.
Sorry, I'm Andy. I play the other paladin. Right, so the other paladin called Berin. Sorry.
The better paladin.
Well, actually, that's open to debate. Starting with Berin, I think. Judging by some of the things you've seen Cadman do. Anyway, Berin is he's a bit boring, frankly. He doesn't have any hobbies because he's so obsessed with certain objectives he has to do for his god. So, but I suppose it might appear like he has a hobby, which is collecting old books and researching things in libraries and so on. But that's an obsessive.
Antiquing would definitely be. Antiquing is a hobby.
Yeah, but he's doing it from an obsessive point of view for quest for his god, not because he actually enjoys it. But yes, it might appear like he has a hobby, but he spends collecting books, mostly books, and going to various libraries and trawling through all their ancient tombs of information. But it's more for an ulterior motive. There's an ulterior motive rather than just something he finds interesting.
I like all of those answers. I definitely had different ideas in my head about what people would say. I thought someone would say knitting at one point, but it never came up. I thought you'd be a geocacher, actually, Andy. I thought Baron would be a geocacher, if anything. But yeah, awesome. Previously on episode 30, our players had gone to investigate some information from the Scarsridge crew about a young lad who had escaped, or seemingly escaped, the clutches of the Crimson Serpent. You followed these claims, found he was being protected by an elf by the name of Hush, who was a little bit on the defensive side when our players first revealed themselves, but eventually kind of came round to the idea that you're all working on the same side, handed over the young lad to see if he could be saved in any way, as he had been bitten by a vampire with the intent to turn them, not realizing that this was a were creature. The young lad being a were rat, who had found himself unfortunately in the wrong areas. You guys travelled to an associate of Liam's, Dr. Westfield, a branch of his in London. They took the young lad in, but ultimately determined that there was really nothing they could do. Liam offered a alternative, but explained that to this lad that the alternative isn't very good or nice or pleasant, and probably may or may not work. Ultimately, the kid, who I've forgotten the name of, as you can probably tell, Matthew, thank you, had explained that he wasn't willing to take that step and was just wanted to be left alone at that point, but had imparted some information about where he had been, which gives you the entrance to the abandoned underground, the disused subway station in London, which I haven't named because I don't know, or I didn't do any research on it, but there are plenty, and it's one that is not connected to a live line, so it is thoroughly unused. But that seems to be your starting point. And he had explained that there was tunnels that led from that place, like further in, that aren't actually part of the underground subway, which is where him and a friend had found themselves and got caught by these vampires. You then headed over in Marcus's taxi. Good old dwarven urban ranger who can go through traffic like there is no traffic, and got you to this. I think you guys are now heading towards this underground station. Is that right? I think we left it as in transit.
Yeah, we left the place. We were gonna get some. I was after going to the one of the locations of the group to get some supplies.
Okay.
Stock up on supplies, and Baron was interested in joining and stuff, and we didn't leave it.
Yeah, I was trying to procure through a contact of mine some grenades, but that was going to take a while. But you seem to think you could get things sooner.
Yeah.
Yes, potentially.
All right. So, you can. There is absolutely a place within London, as this does seem to be quite a built-up place, that has a club there that you can go to. You know the location of it, and ultimately doesn't really matter where it is, but you can get there if you wish to.
Are you suggesting this is a
Those are-
place to go? Have you said this in character? I can't remember.
Yeah, I did. I wanted to go and get some supplies for if we're heading into a clan den and a main base. I
Okay.
wanted to go and pick up some supplies.
Where is this a dealer? Is this?
It's a so it's part of an organisation that I belong to as a hunter.
Can you tell us the name of the organisation?
Don't see why not. I'll remember it, and I'll look up on my notes. I'd look up back
Want me
up on the chat.
Got it here if you want me to tell you.
Yeah, go for it.
The St. George Society.
Oh, it's called the St. George Society. Don't you know? It's a group of hunters.
Vampire hunters.
Just hunters. They hunt everything. Monster hunters. They hunt monsters. They hunt baddies, like me.
What, they hunt them like you remember because you hunt, or they hunt things like you?
Both.
So how come you're safe there?
I'm an exception, don't you know?
Okay, that makes sense.
He is an exception to most things.
I think it's
I
probably
would like
because the amount
pass
of
going there.
vampires I've put down.
What'd you say, Carl?
I would pass going there personally.
Okay.
Well, I'm assuming all of us don't need to go in.
Only I'll be the only one allowed to go in.
Okay. If you could get me half a dozen fragmentation grenades.
I can try and see. They're normally very well stocked. They one of a lot, but they have yeah.
Do they
I'll
have
try.
Do they have anything that's designed to fight vampires?
Absolutely. What do you think I'm getting?
Well, from your expertise, what should we be looking for to fight vampires with?
Weapons. You got good weapons. You don't really need anything more.
Okay.
I've got some special stuff. But just really killing them with violence
Okay.
is the main
As a
way.
holy warrior, you should be quite equipped.
I am. I was just wondering if there are any additional options we could obtain.
Oh, they might not have much. I'll share out what I get.
Okay.
All right.
Sounds good.
You head over to this club, and it looks like the entrance of it looks like kind of like one of those old bank buildings or old libraries. Like sort of it's got the old style pillars, the facade sort of thing at the front of it. But other than that, it doesn't look like it has a lot of traffic going through it or near it. People not paying it too much mind. You recognize it as one, you've been here before, and two, above the doorway to this building is the St. George's Cross, which is sort of carved into the stone at the arch of the doorway. There is a name for that arch. I just forgotten it. I think it's Keystone. I think the Keystone. Anyway, and if it's just you going in, yeah.
Yep, it is me. Yep,
Cool.
just me.
So
Yep.
you, Marcus finds a place to pull over. He pulls the car over on some double yellers, and presses a button, and kind of like you hear the soft tick tick sound. That sounds like the emergency lights sort of ticking, almost, sort of, kind of. Liam, as you step out of the car, it's the car's still there because you know it's there.
Yeah.
But for some reason it's just sort of like it's just passing your attention if you think too hard about it. Got into stealth mode basically to
Yeah.
stop people ticketing it. And you head off into the building, and it's quite nice inside. It's like one of those grand old buildings. A lot of space. The ceilings are quite high in it. It's quite quiet for the first bit, but as you go sort of further into the building, and you start seeing other people, you see the odd person passing you, kind of giving you some people that you don't really recognize. That's not unusual when they kind of give you the side eye. You think that maybe they're newish, just haven't seen you before, and you reach this sort of very large mahogany style desk, where there is a woman, sort of making sure that nobody's passing without invitation or membership. And as she sees you approaches, she purses her lips, but she gives you a short nod. You can pass on by, and you can enter this building now. Into further, instead of going upwards, it goes downwards. So the everything that you need, is sort of like further down into this sort of warren of rooms and hallways. And there is an area on sort of like second floor down where it's kind of like a shop. It's an armory, and because you have membership, you can purchase the things in there. Inside there's a rather old looking guy. He's missing almost every limb, like truly everything. Like he's got he's double amputee on his legs. He's got like fingers missing on one hand, and it's all been replaced bionically with prosthetics and whatnot. But he is like pieced together with bits of prosthetics and metal and whatnot. He's got one eye.
Do I know him? If he's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
You know him. His name's Garfield. And he's like, haven't seen you around for a bit.
I know I've been busy,
Uh,
don't you know? Hunting
Good
stuff.
to hear.
I've got in with a weird crowd. We're kind of investigating something. I wasn't too sure. I wasn't too
You got
sure
friends?
if it would be. I know, right?
Hmm.
You don't have to believe me. I don't care.
All right.
But I think it's going to be really good. There's probably going to be a lot of vampires, and hopefully some really powerful ones.
Is it?
So
Whereabouts? You know, this is him
underground,
digging for.
yeah, underground. Don't you know?
They usually are.
We don't know where it is yet. We've still got to find it. That's why I've come here, because we're going after it, and I want
Right.
to stock up on the supplies. Have you got that armor in that I asked for last time?
That was a while back, mate. He starts sort of digging around at the back. Let me just double check. I think I've already said yes to it.
You
It
have.
was
You said
I have, yeah.
it would cost
What
1,000.
was it? It was the yeah, we've already established that. So yeah.
Kevlar
He pulls out
bulletproof vest.
kind of Kevlar vest out the back. It's a bit dusty now because it's been a while.
I'm
And
dusty.
he's been sort of like yeah, he
It
doesn't
matched
even
perfectly.
he would usually, you know, sort of like had it been anyone else, been sort of like,
Yeah.
oh, dust this off to present it to them, but because it's you, he just kind of thought like, you've been a while, so here you go, and he kind of he puts it on the this big desk thing where he's sort of working on tweaking a few bits and pieces. So he puts that down. That's something that you can have, and it's got like it's can't remember, was it your +1
You
or
said you were going to make it magical because you couldn't
yes,
do it without it being magical. I can't remember.
yeah.
I
Because I
sent you the
can't. Yeah,
stats,
I
right?
need to
Yeah,
actually make the thing. Yeah,
yeah,
that's me
yeah.
not remembering because I had a bunch of other stuff to do. But yeah, it's got like um almost weaved into it runes, sort of like just around the hems of it. Very very subtle. But and it's quite thin. Um, had it not been clearly magical, you'd be quite worried about how it's going to be able to stop anything. But because you know these guys aren't going to screw you over, so that's done and paid for. So the other things that you wish for, obviously, this is a treasure trove of obviously the more mundane stuff. So you got your wooden stakes and your holy waters and
I've got
things like smoke
stuff
grenade,
that
things like that.
you've agreed on. I just want to, which you said that I could have. I just wanted to get some extras. It was
Okay.
mainly the armor because you said I couldn't. I had to go and buy that. I couldn't just have
Yes,
it.
because we couldn't have. Yeah, because
Yeah,
it needed to be done in character, which is this. Is
yeah.
it? This perfect.
Which is this. But whilst I'm here, I
Yep.
may as well see if they've got any extras. So I've got so some. Have they got another trank gun, or if not, just stock up on darts?
Yep. Fake darts and guns. Uh, just,
Not that not that we'll probably use it. We'll just have to shoot them with arrows and stuff. But
yeah, yeah. I think yeah, it seems to have a good amount of like darts. Maybe one or two guns. So how many do you want basically?
I'll just take
Is what I'm asking.
another. So I've got one. I'll just take another one to give to Baron or whoever. I've got 5 darts. I'll get another 5 darts if
Okay.
that's all right.
I'm going to make you a little shopping list so I can come up with a price later.
Okay. Probably don't
Fine.
want any of those because we're probably going to not need them. Another bag of silver caltrops.
Silver caltrops.
Yeah.
Yep.
Another aerosol of holy water. Nobody's going to need the ritual kit cassette for me. And how many of those flares that I put in those? They're the what are they?
Let's get this. No. No.
They're the
Here we go. I got it.
They're the thermite pyre flares. So so the idea is to when you get the vampire down to naught, you can destroy its body quickly.
Yeah, just to stop it regenning.
Yeah.
Same as second line,
Uh,
really, but
how
schematically
as
you
many
can
of
do it with
those that they've got? Yeah.
that. Okay. You've got, so those are 200 gold pieces
Yeah.
each. I've got the price list now. Silver caltrops, 50 gold pieces. Holy water aerosol is 100 gold pieces, but that doesn't include the cost for the holy water. Obviously, that needs to be.
Good
You
point.
need
Yeah.
to find it.
Probably not
But
worth where you wait of
they
time.
would have that. They
They've
have holy
got
water.
okay.
They for
Okay,
sure
cool.
have a holy water. This is the place to get it. Ritual kits.
I don't want any more of those.
No, that's
Because
fine.
only I
And
can use it anyway.
yeah, flash bombs. Okay, so you've got 5 darts, 1 dart gun, silver caltrops, aerosol, holy water. That's why is that thingied? Was that it? And thermite
Many,
pyre flare.
yeah, as many as I've got that I can afford.
I'm gonna say they have 3 of those, so you
Perfect.
can have 3.
Yeah. And have they got any?
Right.
Have they got any frag grenades?
I am going to get Andy to roll a d20 to see whether or not they would have such a thing.
I think he's gone, I think. Or is he back?
Oh, is there?
I've only got one.
Oh, okay.
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
No.
Roll a d20.
Just a straight d20. They don't have any frag grenades, but they they say that most frag grenades are not super effective, more effective than just using a normal weapon, or using ranged weapons like what's this? They can get some in, but it might be a while.
No, it's no.
Okay.
I don't. I only need them right now. There's no point getting them in. It's
No
for a
worries.
colleague of mine. Okay.
Okay. Yep. So that's your shopping list done. All of that is completely affordable, but we'll work out prices afterwards, so I don't have to do maths right now. And you
I'll wish.
is there anything else that you want? Yeah.
No. I'll wish him luck and head off out.
He kind of does that sort of salute thing, doesn't? So I'll just
I don't expect I'll be
wave
seeing
off.
you again, but you never know.
Don't make promises you can't keep.
I
you
know I
obviously
keep on coming back, but I won't come back
shakes his head as you.
from this one.
He shakes his head as you walk away. If you weren't a member, you get the regular pity looks from the rest of the members as you pass, and as always, you probably ignore them, and you leave.
Yeah.
And you back outside, and again, because you know it's there, it takes you a moment to kind of pay attention to it enough to open the door, but you find the car and you get in.
Okay.
And when everyone's back in the car, turns off stealth mode, and you guys set off again. I'm assuming heading towards this station, this underground
Yep.
station.
Yep.
Sorry, Baron. I didn't have any frag grenades, don't you know?
Oh well. That's a pity. It's always nice to, if we're going underground, to be able to drop something down a hole to flush out what's there.
I did pick up another one of these though, just in case I normally have them when I'm on my own, don't you know, going going down a nest. I don't suppose we'll be needing them so much, but I find these are rather useful. I'll hand you a trank gun with some darts. They're good for their minions, and an aerosol spray. That's got holy water in it.
For their minions, okay.
Mm.
I was just going to use a silenced pistol, but okay.
Normally, I'm trying to be really stealthy.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
Okay.
I'll make use of that.
Just as a point, Hay is still with you, and obviously has the intention to continue to be with you, for reasons of she needs to find out she can't return to 6 empty-handed.
Is she
So
armed at
she
all?
is. She isn't. No, she's just wearing her usual clothes. Yeah, she doesn't seem to have any weapons. But I'd say she has a with your I think your passive perception is ridiculous. So you can see that she's got like a hidden dagger in her boot. But that's it.
Well, I should say what is your weapon of choice? Is it that? And point at the dagger.
She holds up her fists.
Okay. Normally I would dismiss things like that, but I've seen him and I'll nod at Raffi. Out of character,
She gives
fucking monk.
Raffi a wink.
Yeah, out of character, another fucking monk.
Another fucking monk. Monks for the
Bamboozle
weird.
the GM.
We may as well just go home and let them two go in and do it.
And
No,
then
it's the paladin.
I came in swinging. Yeah.
Paladins against undead. Let them do it. Keep us nice and safe.
Yeah, true that. You're about to go somewhere. Anyway, so
Figure whatever happens, I'm probably the least useful. So
Oh, Mr. Scouty boy.
yeah,
Oh,
you're
that
the
means I'm
least
at the
useful
front.
in. Yes. Okay.
Should've-
Mr.
You
Stealth himself.
you come into an area where it's obviously a little bit less developed. Certainly hasn't had any money put into it for a long time. The regulars you're seeing around kind of just average people, but there's the odd group of people that you're clearly clocking as gang members, either mundane, likely mundane, as you're sort of like driving through this area. But as you get closer to this this destination, you do see the odd person of from the magical community. And you pull up alongside this this entrance to this boarded up subway entrance. It's about late afternoon now, because of the trip, obviously, to Westfields and how long that had to take. Sort of like looking more like four-ish. You pull up and everybody obviously gets out. Marcus.
Before I get out,
Yeah, sure, go for it.
Cadman would like to focus on his necklace and take the form of the Werak kid that passed.
Oh, nice.
I forgot
Very
his
good,
name
Matthew.
already.
Okay.
Matthew.
Nice.
So you look like Matthew and you step out of this car.
Nice.
Yep.
Wunderbar.
Nice.
Very clever. Okay. Hang
Oh,
on.
there's no cleverness in it. If it is a very easy insight that I am angry.
Revenge. Okay.
I'm the vengeance paladin, mate. Don't steal me stick.
Yeah. Oh.
You already stole your class, so you might as well steal your subclass as well.
Excellent.
I don't need a subclass. I've got a better one.
Fair enough.
Are you all dismissing Marcus? He's obviously like
I think so. I think it's fair. Yeah.
Can we
Dr. Westfield had sent him for a purpose, and obviously now it's getting into Uber services.
Is there a way we can contact you should we need a picking up?
On the clock with the council, I'm theirs. Off the clock. And he pulls out a business card and gives it to you. He says, I'm off clock from 9 o'clock. 9 p.m.
So what time is it now?
It's about 4.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
Okay, sorry.
No, he's sat there. He waits for you to, if anybody needs anything from him. Otherwise, he drives off.
So where
Cool.
are we anywhere at all concealed, or are we in the public at the present moment?
This looks like a street that's obviously across the road. It's somewhat concealed. It looks like it was an open space, and they on the other side of the road they just built a fucking multi-story building, which kind of puts the whole of this area into a lot of shade. There's no windows facing this way, so there's a bit of privacy, but you are still very much. You reckon you couldn't do something right here, right in front of the station, but you like nobody's going to be shocked or point anything out or challenge you if you start poking around the if you go down these steps to the actual doors of this where this boarded up entrance is. Yep.
Sorry. First time I've looked at my character sheet in about 4 weeks. I seem to have some hit points missing. Have we had time to, in amongst all that, to
Yes.
spend whatever it is to get them
no,
back?
No,
yes,
that
absolutely, because you didn't take any. Nobody took any damage from that fight.
did they
So
not? Must be
no.
I think we've all had a long rest, Ben, but you were possibly missing
Yeah.
here.
Cool.
So just
I probably
press your long
couldn't
rest
hear what
button.
was going on.
Yeah. I think
fun.
the only thing that you've used is one use of your blink ability, of which you have quite a few anyway. So I'd just mark off one of them to represent that being done earlier in the day. Other
Okay.
than that, no abilities you've used that are not replenishable.
Right.
And anything that comes back on a short rest, you would have had a short
Sure.
rest. Just waiting around in the Dr. Westfield's clinic would have been a short rest, essentially. All right.
Sweet.
So yes, if there's anything you wish to do, there are places for you to go and do anything hidden, but you'd have to be deliberately going to somewhere around this area.
You mentioned on the way here, we saw gang members. Is this a known specific gang area of an area of a specific gang, or is this a known territory of a specific gang?
I'd say roll a history check.
I'd say bollocks.
The DC is going to be quite high because of.
Yeah, I'm not going to
Don't
match.
think anybody except maybe Raffi. Yeah, the only person I think. Oh no, wait, Raffi or Hendrix could maybe no. But again, it's yeah. I think with the 12, you don't know who it is, but you know it's not a magical community.
Right.
Yeah.
Hendrix, yeah, it seems to belong to one of those postcode gangs. Sort of like they're nothing really, and they're mundane, and they have no knowledge of the thing. They're not worth your time, basically. They're just a bunch of
Okay.
kids.
No, that's cool.
I'll relay that.
I want to phone Spence Clements because we're likely to walk down into a fight that he doesn't know where we're going, and we might just not reappear. So I want to give the council a bit of an update.
Yep. You ring. After a couple of rings, he picks up. Is this about Renfield?
Right,
Renwick? Sorry, not Renfield. Renwick.
no,
All right.
we dug around a bit, and it seems that there's some sort of third player involved in everything that's going on down here.
I remember you
I
saying
think we
this
might.
before.
I think I've been through that before, but it seems like there's vampires involved, and you go, excuse me, the Crimson
Serpent.
Serpent.
I'm gonna do him a little history check, see if he knows. Oh no, everything's changed. Sorry. Come on. He goes, never heard of him, mate.
Well, it's a bunch of vampires, effectively. From what we know,
With a name like that, I'm not surprised.
they're not really the real movers and shakers in the vampire world, but they've been behind some stuff over history.
Yeah.
So
Hmm.
yeah, we're going in. I think we haven't got time to. There's a time bet here of teenagers being abducted and possibly turned, so we can't hang about. So we're going in, but I just wanted to make you aware. And I'll give him a description of where we think everything we know about the location.
Right.
I suggest if you don't hear
You
from
drop
us,
him a pin.
yeah, what 3 words? If you don't hear from us in the next 24 hours, then it might be worth a clean up team for the council.
All right. I'll give you 24 hours, and then I'm well, I don't know whether I can clear anybody coming in. As I said, we're out of London at the moment. We're on restriction, but I'm fairly sure that Val and Seth would be up for some cash in hand work. So
Okay.
we'll chat when you come out.
Yeah.
Good luck and don't die.
Try not to. Or if I do die, I'll try not to come back.
He laughs at that. All right, mate. That's it. And is there anything else anybody wants to do?
I'm sending an equivalent message to both Mercy Ashcroft
Yep.
and John, just my old friend, who just say that I'm going to investigate with my group about to investigate with my
Okay.
team this what they called Crimson Serpent base, and then the location.
Cool.
The
Is this via text or you're phoning?
text in both cases.
You get an immediate text back from Mercy's phone. Just says understood. And you don't get a text back immediately from John.
I'll be inside by the time it happens then. I'm probably underground where I'm not, where text won't work. So
Yeah. So there is obviously these steps down and the entrance to this thingy subway. There are a couple of like old sleeping bags that are now disused in a corner. This area smells strongly of like rot and like probably where people have been dumping shit and probably urinating. It's not pleasant here. And you can with some investigation make your way past this boarded up area by peeling back some of the boards. They kind of fling back. If that's the route you guys are taking, yeah. Yep. And you
Yep.
make your way in. It goes down a couple more steps and it's dark. There are obviously no lights down here. So anybody that has lights or dark vision, if you're just using dark vision, I know there is a couple of no, not a. Oh no, wait. Yes, you do have a human. Raffy can't see shit. Oh yeah, sorry. Yes, of course.
I put on night vision goggles though.
Yeah. So we've got people that are needing either magical means to see, or you can light something. It's up to you. Just let me know.
Look around.
Nope.
Ah, fuck it. Right. Get a torch out. Little.
Okay, cool. Rafi's got a torch.
Yeah.
You start making your way down this area.
Just to say, sorry. If there's a torch out, I'll actually flip my goggles up so they're not covering me, and they're turned off, because otherwise they'll get screwed up with the light. But I have it there
and
ready
they
if
will
needed.
blind you. Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely. Okie dokie. I'm going to give you a quick. Let me see if I got the. Can only do one at a time. A couple of handouts that is apparently not loading. Hang on. Sorry. Da 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 da. The internet's being very slow. It's almost exactly how you think it is down in this abandoned subway. There are areas that you can see that are just dust and debris, cobwebs. There's a mysterious drip coming from somewhere. The walls have been graffitied. Some of the tiles look like they've been smashed. There are areas where people maybe have slept. As you go past these sort of areas, sort of like there's crunching underneath. There's like discarded waste, like crisp packets and whatnot, but also like glass that has been smashed. Maybe the odd used needles, that sort of thing. It's definitely an area where people have mundanely used this area. As you sort of
Quickly, sorry, but
venture,
I just wanted to
yeah, go on.
make sure that you know that I had put the new armor on. I hadn't said that I had. I just assumed that I had.
Oh yeah.
But
No, that's fine. So you
ju-
put it
just
on now, obviously. Probably got changed in the.
car.
Yeah. That's fine.
Also, can I do
Absolutely
the
fine.
psychic link up between all of us as well?
Sure. How does that appear? Do you tell people you're doing it, or you just gonna be like linked
Yeah,
with
just
people?
go hello in their brains.
Ah!
Everybody hears Hendrix's voice in your heads. I think it needs to be willing, doesn't it? So that they're like almost.
Yeah.
They'll feel
All right.
like
It's like a little knocking sound. Can I come in?
Yeah. Can I come in? Beep beep. So you can allow or disallow, obviously. Up to you.
Do we know it's? Is it? Has it got Hendrix's voice, like kind of calling card on it?
Yeah, you get the sensation. You know when you know somebody, like
Yeah.
you just get the feel of somebody's vibe.
Like dog breath
Yeah,
going
no.
in your ear.
That's fine, because we are walking into a vampire den, and they have power,
sure.
mind power.
They absolutely do. Yes, they do. Okay. Did I show you guys that thing? I haven't actually
You
yet.
haven't yet.
No. Okay. So as you walking further beyond this station, it goes obviously both ways, but one side has been like clearly not well traveled. You don't even need a ranger to tell you that. It's there's bits of like full pieces of rock that have fallen in from the side, very much disused, not traversable unless you were going to clear it out. And the other side, the other end of the station, just goes a lot further down. You start to follow this. I think let's go with survival checks from Liam, just to kind of, and it's with advantage because it's your favored enemy. Just to get the race of what routes that they take. You can roll again.
I did. I pushed it. Oh, I didn't change colour, did it? So it probably didn't work right.
No.
Um,
No.
yeah,
Just press it once again.
yeah, even worse.
Yeah. 14. Okay.
I
So
do get
you
a bonus of 4 to it because it's favoured
is that
terrain. I get my
your favourite terrain?
yeah.
All right. So
Get my double proficiency. So we got
you are obviously find your way around this area where you can see that certain areas where perhaps they were used for maintenance areas and either not completed or deliberately taken apart and then fully like a tunnel that's been carved out at the back of this maintenance unit part of this part of the tunnel. It's full like a proper chiseled away tunnel, like a rough hewn tunnel. And you start following down this area. And it seems to wind and split off at a couple of points. But your tracking is tracking deliberately for vampires. You see that there have been people walking along here of mundane people, just general humanoids, the odd rodent and that sort of thing along this area. Yeah, that's what the psionic whispers do. It's now in the chat if anybody wants to wear that. I believe, can everybody talk to each other mentally, or is it just to you, Ben?
I think it's a network. I didn't actually
Ooh.
mean to send that to the chat. I
Oh,
thought
did
saw
you?
a little button. I
You
thought,
did.
what does that do?
so
Yeah,
you
between
pushed
yourself and others. So
you pushed it twice.
yeah.
Like,
Soz,
that didn't do anything, and then it went bloop 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 bloop. I was like, oh, all right. Then.
So you
Sorry about
you do get to a point where this this tunnel starts to sort of going forward. You could maybe walk comfortably to a breath with a squeeze 3, but you're kind of in that sort of formation, sort of 2 by 2, and you get to a point where the ground ahead of you, although it's very uneven, seems to definitely dip downwards. And I think people with the highest passive perception are Ben and Andy, I believe.
Yeah,
So you
23.
can, yeah, you can
So
hear the
Crazy.
yeah. You can
24 for
hear
me.
the sounds of scratching up ahead. And Liam, you can see this this sort of dips outside. It's
so just say I've just read
about
that psychic
60 foot ahead of you.
that
Yep.
bolstered thing, whatever it's called, psychic
Yep.
whispers. Sorry, uh,
Yep.
it's only you can only do as many people as your proficiency bonus. So I think it's 4 out of the 5 of us. Plus we've got
Our proficiency bonuses are 5 now.
are they? Okay, so the only person
It
left
says
out
5 in my thing.
in that case,
Yeah.
Ken, you should have been adding 5 to that check, not 4.
I realised that afterwards, but I didn't think it would make much difference.
No, yeah, okay.
I didn't say it last time.
It's good to know, but that technically would be then. No, wait, that would be 5. So it's the same result
Yeah,
essentially.
yeah. Just say though that that does mean what's the face the NPC with us is not on the network, but also it's not a network. People, it allows Hendrix to talk to us and us to talk to Hendrix. So Hendrix has to play telephone operator relaying messages.
Yeah.
Oh god, there's a central
Okay.
hub.
Okay.
That should
It
be
says here
interesting then.
you can establish telepathic communication between yourself and others.
Yeah.
Perfect for quiet infiltration.
If you well, okay, you can rule. The chosen creatures can speak telepathic with you, and you can speak telepathic with them.
Yeah.
So
But I
Okay,
would
with
say that means any person with the
Okay.
connection. You can
Okay.
speak with them, they can speak with you. Yeah. I would rule it because of the wording of the first bit, which is you create a network and not just you link with 5 other
Yeah, okay.
creatures.
That's fine with me.
Yeah.
It removes the hilarity
yeah.
of Ben having to relay messages, but so Hendrix having to relay
that
messages.
would have been very good roleplay.
Yeah, that
China-
would have been.
That would
oh,
that would
no,
be
I'm
Chinese whispers
robbed you.
all over.
Yeah. So yes, you can hear this this soft scratching sound coming up ahead.
Right. We are obviously completely out of uninhabited areas and stuff like that. So just to clarify, I've got out my police issue riot shield as well as my sword. I'm not bothering with a handgun. I've got sword and shield out. But I shall gesture with the sword in the direction I can hear the scratching and just say across sort of in my mind, I can hear some scratching that direction.
Me too. Hendrix is probably the most stealthy. Do you want to have a quick look up ahead?
Hendrix's tail drops down between his legs.
Oh, don't worry, I'll go.
His ears go down. He says, "Yeah, okay then."
Hendrix,
Right.
the cowardly dog.
Yeah, I'll creep forward then. Is this a
Alright.
stealth checky thing?
Yes, please.
Yeah. That'll do nicely.
Jesus fucking Christ. Alright.
And he's gone.
And he's gone. Tay goes, dog go. But out loud.
Hendrix, have you abandoned us?
yeah.
right.
Hendrix stops communication and leaves.
Breaking. Get through tunnel.
Really, really funny, ironic thing about that is just as you did that bit, it actually broke up a little bit as you were doing. Very good, very funny.
I
You
shouldn't joke
start
about it with my
creeping
network
forward.
connection.
No, you creep forward a little bit, and you can see that this lip that sort of dips down. You could get right up close to the edge if you want, and it turns into a slope, and the slope goes quite far down. And roll me a perception check, please, because you've got dark vision, but just to see what you see.
Okie dokie. I think I can't work out how to do it without the advantage for the sniffing. So I don't know if you want to take whichever one comes up first.
Yeah. I mean, the 32 came up first, so insanity. You see immediately. There is the slope goes down about 20 foot, but it's not a super harsh incline. But there does seem to be a hole at the bottom of the slope. Looks to go a little far into, and you can see there is a person in this hole trying desperately to get out. You can just see like the top of their hands, but their hands sort of end in claws as they're trying to scrabble the way out. But they're like a full-grown humanoid. You see part of their face.
Like
It's
some
sort of like
vampire
covered in
initiation or
fur.
punishment or something.
You see part of their face is covered in fur, and they've got like rounded ears. And yeah, they're just sort of like wearing quite tattered clothing, and they're just desperately trying to reach the top and just not quite making it.
Do you have a similar smell to that we're at, Matthew?
You never really saw Matthew in any other form other than his human form. So as far as you're aware, this doesn't look like anyone like Matthew. But
He
I
doesn't
think,
smell like him.
I suppose, yeah, with your sense of smell, you could definitely smell that kind of rodenty scent. Your eyes are kind of a little bit sort of jarring because you've never seen a creature like this before, but your sense of smell is certainly clarifying that this does seem to be someone that's rodent in nature. You can feasibly assume that it's a were-rat.
I'll send visual images of this or describe it to the group if I can't send a picture.
Yeah, sure. I'm going to say for now it's just verbal, like in your mind, just because I
That's fine.
need to read the proper rules on it. But I don't. Yeah, you easily send back that you think that there's this were-rat down there. The light, Raffi has turned the light out. If
Is
anybody's
there
wondering.
anything else? Is there any? Does the passage go on afterwards, or is it?
Yeah, continues sort of like goes back up afterwards and sort of a little bit. It's not quite the same level, but it's ultimately as you're going through these tunnels, it's sort of various levels because of
So it's not
an
like
uneven ground.
like a dead end, and this is just a
No,
hole
no.
in
This-
the
in the
passage.
path. Yeah, yeah,
Right,
yeah. Hendrix, you also see, as you're quite up close to the edge and your perception's ridiculous, there's a soft sheen on the ledge ahead of you, about 5 foot in front of you, like on the ledge. Sort of like a as if somebody had used a
Is it a slippy slide to make you fall into the hole?
I mean, the slope looks traversable, but there is this like weird shiny, like just shiny. You just see it even with your crazy perception. The
So someone's got like a
symbol
grease
of
spell
something.
or something similar on it.
Yeah, you can assume that.
Okay. So that means maybe he's not a vampire. Okay. Guys, I'm going to wait for you because
Okay.
I don't want to either fight it, annoy it, or let it know I'm here.
I think we need to go and save it. It's obviously another one of these Matthew's friends has got caught up in this place. Hasn't listened to his elders. You haven't told us about the trap, have you? That you've seen.
Yeah, oh yeah, I can let. I'll say that. It's. It looks like now I can see looks like they've set some sort of sheen on the edge of the lip so that to make people fall in the.
What you'll see, the sheen is from almost like an iridescent symbol on the side. Just that's how you're perceiving it.
I'm coming up to see if we can save this guy, and then you'll
Right.
say about the symbol and stuff. And I say, okay,
Right.
I'll stop by Hendrix and.
If only we
Where?
had 10 foot of rope and a long pole.
Well, actually,
the classic D.
Can you?
In all
Can you pop?
seriousness, I've got climbing equipment
I
in my
bet
bag.
he's got it. I was thinking he's probably pulls out a 10-foot pole.
I don't have a 10-foot pole, but
100-foot rope, a fucking tent,
I've got a whole load of climbing
a
equipment.
wagon, 4 horses.
No, I've
All
tried
right.
it. They die. They can't breathe, and the wagon doesn't fold enough.
Pocket horses. Pocket horses.
So,
All right. So
As I'm rooting through, I find a Mars bar to chuck to Hendrix.
what a good boy.
where's this?
Sorry,
this
actually,
wagon?
genuinely, I've got a climber's kit and 50 foot of climbing rope.
Me, I guess. Jesus. So you go to the. Are you? Is anybody approaching this
Yeah.
unstealthily now? Or are you still stealthing?
Still,
Is
I'm,
this...
I'm still trying to be stealthy. I've asked mentally Hendrix to point out where he saw this shiny bit, so I can go and have a look.
Okay.
Roll me a stealth check, Liam.
Who?
Roll me a stealth check. You. Sorry, go on, Ben. What are you saying?
I was just going to say I'll walk down there with him and mark out and say stop, or before he gets too close.
You both. This thing hasn't seen you. You both are sort of looking over the edge. You're still very much in shadow now. There's no light at all in this area. And Liam, you can see that there is clearly a were-rat down at the bottom here, trying to, in its hybrid form, use its claws to come out of this hole. It's just not happening. And Ben, did you say you were pointing out the thing on the side, the symbol?
You get him to stop a foot clear of it.
Cool. So, Liam, make me a perception check. You can also see this symbol. It's like just in your sight, like because you're looking at it. It's now been pointed out to you. Just at the start of this slope, essentially.
What is the symbol? What is it?
Make an Arcana check. All right then. You don't know what it is. You don't know what it is. It just looks like, because you're if it was written down on a piece of paper, you could maybe go and try and figure it out. But because it's on dirt in the dark, like clearly intentionally trying to be not seen, it's very difficult to make out any of the details.
Okay, but I'm aware of traps of this kind of stuff.
You are aware.
Seen stuff in places like this. I'll mentally commune with Daryl and say, "It looks like there's some kind of glyph here. Do you want to come? I can't make head nor tail of it."
Why is Hendrix trained in Arcana? How has this happened?
I live with a wizard or something.
Yes, you do. Sorry, you are
pet of
correct.
a wizard. I think he was the apprentice of the wizard that got converted into a dog, though. I think he started as a human.
All of these weird and wonderful theories. I love it. Sorry, Hendrix, I discounted you because I'm just thinking in rogue mode. You look at this symbol. You recognize it as a glyph of warding, essentially. And I'd say with the 22, you can see that it specifically sets off, and there's a few of them. It looks like a couple of them are like dead, as it were. There's sort of like 3 or 4 of them, and there's only still 3 active. When you get close to it or go over it, it causes the grease spell. You kind of got it in one really earlier, which then obviously causes it to cause a grease spell.
Clearly, guys, it's a glyph of warding that sets off a grease spell. I mean, I thought that was clear.
Obviously. Yeah.
I was halfway down towards it. And go, oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
We still need a way of getting rid of it.
Oh, we still need Daryl.
Yeah.
We still need you. Need you, Daryl.
The glyph takes up this thing, this slope sort of comes inwards a little bit, so it's about 5 foot across, and the glyph on the floor takes up a 5x5 space on the ground. Sorry, no, it's wider than that. Apologies, it's 10 foot. 10 foot wide tunnel. The slope goes down at an angle, obviously, and there are several glyphs that take up this. I'd say there's 4, but 3 active. So, what do you want to do?
Well, I'm waiting for Daryl to come up.
Yeah, okay.
Daryl apprentice.
Oh, come on. I guess I'm trying to be stealthy because everyone else has.
Yep.
Not sure I'm going to do any good at it, but
we'll see.
I'm not bad at stuff. Just roll shit.
You not anywhere near as stealthy as the dog. Anywhere near, like nowhere near. It still hasn't noticed you. So you breach this sort of lip. You can see what they're seeing basically.
Okay. Is there any way to get past, or do I think there's any way to get past without triggering these glyphs?
Yeah, you can basically either traverse over it. So usually the trigger is that you have to like go over it, but it's usually like with a less paranoid spellcaster would probably make it just so that you would, as soon as you walk over it, because obviously the spell is grease, it's not going to affect flying creatures.
Yeah.
So you think if you walked over it, it would trigger. Any other way you can get around it other than that, you could probably get away with getting over it, or you can dispel it.
How far a jump would it be?
It would be a 5-foot jump.
And you say there's 3 of these still active? Are they one
Yeah.
after the other down?
No, they're like overlapping each other in the same space. They're like all in the same area, the same 5-foot by 10-foot line in front of you. And they take up, so there's like 2 on top of each other and 2 on top of each other, but one's been activated already.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's going to take a lot of magic to dispel all of those, so I think we need to find a way over it rather than me dispelling it.
Okay. I can help us over. I'll climb up the wall.
Yeah. Liam just.
And I can just stay over it and help, like kind of swing them over.
I love that. Don't think that even needs a fucking athletics check. Tom, if you're speaking, mate, you are absolutely on mute. All I can see
Yeah,
is
I
your
was on
mouth
mute
moving.
as well.
Oh,
I'd like to say, yeah, Cadman would like to follow up and chuck a 50-meter length of rope down to help the were-at up.
right. Are you doing it over this glyph?
Yeah, I don't care about the glyphs. If he sets it off, he's got rope, and I'll help pull him up.
All right. You throw the rope down, and the glyph activates, and there's sort of like a yellowish sheen that just appears on this space leading down. This creature in the hole at the bottom suddenly realizes there's a crowd above him at the top of this slope. For a moment, just starts freaking out, trying desperately to claw up to the other side.
I'll call out in a whisper as quiet as possible. Don't panic. We're here to help. Calm down, lad.
Just remember, if
Make
this is a were-at,
relationship.
it might recognise Matthew. And I think
Yeah,
were-at,
absolutely. Oh yeah, that is a point. Do they have?
I think they've got dark vision.
They must. They definitely would have dark vision, even if they don't normally. They definitely do. So yes, I think it. Make a persuasion check with advantage, Liam, because you have Matthew with you, essentially.
What's the advantage? You have to.
Press. Just press it twice or shift.
Yeah, it's shift, is it?
Yeah.
It's supposed to turn green, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Why is it not turning green?
Unless you
I
move
know. You
your
broke it.
key bindings.
Key bindings. What am I rolling? Persuasion. Turn green, you bastard! I did just roll it twice.
Okay.
Oh, now it fucking turns green. You prick.
Just press it once again.
Wow.
Don't swear at
is-
it. It's punished you with a bad dice roll.
Yeah, that's right. There you go. You whisper. It obviously sees you, but doesn't clock Cadman as Matthew yet. Because in the same way that you know it's a were-rat, it's clocked you as a werewolf or type creature, and it just starts freaking out more. Just starts frantically trying to pull itself up the other way. I'm just gonna give it in adrenaline mode.
I mean, who amongst us wouldn't panic at a werewolf on the ceiling above us? I think I would.
I don't know why that added that together, but okay. Cool. It doesn't seem to get anywhere. But it's trying to get up the other side, away from you guys, basically.
Calm
there
down.
anything else that
We're
you're doing?
friends. We're here to hunt the vampires. You should get back to your family. Cadman
Okay.
calls out
I'd say-
quietly enough.
I would say roll me advantage. This is flat. The advantage that you would get being Matthew is kind of disadvantaged by the fact you don't sound like Matthew.
Yeah.
And,
So
he's with a
flat,
werewolf.
flat roll, and he's with a werewolf. Yeah. It stops digging at the side. It stops like frantically trying to dig its way out, but it is now sort of like shrunk itself, but like down to it like in a crouched position to try and hide itself from you all. This person is not responding to you.
Well, I'll walk down the wall just in case there's any more glyphs. And
You walk down the wall.
towards
You
towards
get to a point where you're like, are you along on the wall like that, or walking like on the ceiling? Sideways or on the ceiling, basically.
sideways on the wall.
Sideways on the wall. So you can see that this once you're past this hole in the floor, it looks to be that it goes about 10 foot down. So this thing was sort of like trying to dig it up. You can see now that you're over the wall, you're looking down into it, that it has made a full transformation into just a regular rat, in an attempt to hide. So not in its hybrid form anymore. Rather large rat, sort of looking like a big chunky thing like that. It sees you and is just doing the circles like a mad thing in a cage, trying its best to get out. But you can carry on if you wish, or you can go down into the hole like.
Yeah, I'll go down into the hole and try and
Okay.
do the speak to it, calm it down, and hold the rope and say, look, change back, and then you can climb out and get out that way, get out past us. We aren't here to hurt you.
Are you holding the rope out, sort of like towards the floor, sort of area?
Yeah, so
Okay.
it can.
I think. Just gonna. Why is this on thingy? I'm just gonna. There we go. That's right. Sorry, I didn't realize my rolls are being seen. So it doesn't transform back. But what it does do is, as soon as the rope gets a little bit close, it's like lightning fast, runs up the rope, sort of using it as leverage, and then jumps across to the other side. It's only 5 foot across. So, and then runs off further up the tunnel. It is completely lost to you now. It's like gone.
Sorry, is that
It's
away from the direction we want to? Should have gone in the.
away from you.
So the direction we have come, not the direction we're going.
No, in the direction that you're going. So it's away from you, where you are now.
It's gone further in.
Oh, ball.
Yeah, it's gone
Okay.
further up. To
Have
the
I got a
side.
chance to shoot it with a trank gun as it's running off? Because I don't.
Yeah, give it a try. Let me just make sure what its AC would be as a. Roll me to hit. Beans. I didn't type that in right. Fucking hell. I think it fucking hits. Do you reckon?
Maybe.
You hit it. And it has to make a con save, doesn't it?
Yeah, 1 point of damage, DC 15 con save.
DC 15 con save. Okay. So, yeah. Okay. So it runs up the side of the thing, like jumps across to this other slope, so the side away from you guys. It's gonna head up, and you shoot it. It's like just falls over, and goes to sleep
I'll wave everybody
because
over.
it is not immune to poison, and it failed it by 5.
Cool.
Well, more than 5, but it is asleep
I'll go
whilst
over,
it is poisoned.
over to it and gently pick it up and carry it back. Whilst they're coming down, I want to carry it back to
Okay.
the other side, back the way we came, probably.
Yep.
20,
A little
30
ways away.
feet, a little ways away. Point it, leave it on. Point it, heading away,
Gently.
back out.
Yeah, okay.
Gently leave it there,
Yeah.
and then go back to the group.
All right. Mark off obviously one of your darts. That's all done. You guys, whilst Liam is returning the rat, how are you guys getting across? The glyph spell has activated, so there is now a grease spell leading down. So you'll have to find a way across that. You have to traverse 30 foot.
Does anyone need a sort of throwing boost?
I can climb round, but it might make some noise.
All right. So what are you doing? Are you climbing? What's happening?
So does that
Sorry.
mean Liam's thing won't work anymore then, with the being over the top and helping
Well,
us over?
That was to get across the pit, but there's
That
now
was to get across.
there's now
The
there's
glyph is
now
Grease
activated
spell
now.
as well.
It was to get across the 5 foot glyph. Now it's 30 foot of grease.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I can probably teleport. How far can I teleport?
You can
20
teleport
20
30
feet.
feet. You can get
God
across to
damn.
the other side.
Yeah, so I'm all right. Check. But I don't
Yep.
know about you guys.
Can anyone strong get the other side, and we can hold the rope and allow people to climb?
how far can I see with night vision goggles? Can I see past
with your
it?
night vision goggles, you can. Yeah, it's 60 foot, isn't it? Your night vision.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, it's generally 60 foot as a base for thingy.
I pick up Ben and start running.
All right. Ben.
Can everyone hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
You can hear me. Fantastic. Sorry, I'm just going
You're quite
to...
quiet though.
Quiet. What's going on?
Yeah.
Was that any better?
Well, for me anyway. I don't know about.
Yeah, look,
Yeah.
that's better.
Okay. Right. I'm actually going to say, does everybody want to piggyback? And then I'm going to run a circle up the wall, diagonally, across the ceiling, down the other wall, and down to the other side, and then back again.
Rope monk shit.
Yeah.
Cool. So,
I mean, I think I'm too heavy for you.
yeah, a couple of people are
You may
too
be
heavy.
too heavy for the grease spell.
Um,
Hang on, you've got wings. You can just fly down, can't you?
It's very tiring using my wings. I can't use them that often.
Tay goes, I'm with your boss, to Rafi, and does the same, going like corkscrewing the other way.
Yeah.
right.
I mean, I'll take a look. Don't be using my thingy bongy.
Well,
no
I was
worries.
about to use a spell, so if you can carry me down there, I'll happily take the lift.
Between me and Tay, you can take everyone.
All right. Tay's strength is enough. Okay. So I think between like Liam potentially helping with stuff.
I'll help when I get back.
Yeah. So leading him up that way didn't take a great deal of time. Tay and Raffi help sort of start helping jettisoning people one by one across. I'd say just make me acrobatics or athletics check with advantage to get one check to get everybody across. Yeah. Everybody starts being jettisoned across just that 30-foot sort of like swinging you across, and you are free to the other side. You continue on this pathway. Leads further at points downwards. Not so far down that it's like truly subterranean, but it's goes on for quite a
Before
ways.
we go on,
Hmm.
I'm going to suggest that we've already come across one glyph and a trap, that we actually have a scout. And I'm sorry, Hendrix, but you're the stealthiest and you've got the best perception. So I'll get you some more Mars bars or something. But couldn't you go ahead and check for glyphs?
Hendrix's tail knows what to do at this point because it was going down again, and then the Mars bar. He's all of a fluster. He'll do it anyway.
I love it. Okay.
So is that another stealth check then?
I think everybody needs to make stealth checks, but yeah, and yours is part of that. If you guys are approaching this leg of the journey sort of stealthily, make your stealth checks. All right.
Is
I
there a
don't
way?
think
Is there a way to
Hendrix
add
would be lower than that.
an amount to the roll from rolling from D&D Beyond?
I don't
What
think
do you
so.
mean? Oh, what like?
Like,
I think there
add
is.
my proficiency bonus again. Is there a way to?
There is, but you'd have to take it off and put it on each time.
Right, yeah.
So, then again, hang on. Actually, that's something I can work out afterwards. But I will definitely look into it because I have a feeling that you can manage your skills and add like miscellaneous bonuses to things. So you could add another skill in there, which is favored terrain survival, favored terrain, this blah blah blah, which automatically has those added bonuses in.
Oh, I see.
One day, D&D Beyond will actually have all of the features for all of its actual classes on there, which would be nice.
I see.
Um,
I can do it. Add custom skills. Yeah.
Ken,
Yeah.
Mm.
you roll persuasion, not stealth.
You did roll persuasion. That's so funny.
How
That's
is
like so
the
far
morbid
from what.
person
Yeah,
got +5 to persuasion?
yeah. I mean, he's been alive this long, and people haven't killed him. He's got to be somewhat persuasive, and that's perception, not stealth.
You're okay there, Ken.
Oh Jesus Christ! Okay,
It was
27. Cool.
because I wasn't even thinking. Somebody said persuasion. And I thought I must have misrolled.
I know. Must have
misrolled
been perception. Yeah.
perception. I wasn't even thinking that it was stealth. I was my mind was thinking about adding these custom skills on.
Okay. Excellent. You start stealthing along. Do Taze and I, just in case. Yeah, no, she's good. Everyone's stealthy. There's areas of this this tunnel system which start to look like it's because it's been roughly cut and just worked away by some kind of tools. it's almost like you're going through certain areas that have actually been built. So you get to this point now where you're entering a what looks to be either a basement area or underground room that was built, something that was deliberate and planned for, that this tunnel connects into. Hendrix, you're helming the party against your will, but can you please make me a perception check? Not persuasion, perception.
All right. Roll a stealth one. To be funny.
Yeah.
Oh, it's gone as a thingy again.
What's that? There you go. For this is for hearing. Well, it's for everything, but I suppose you could use your sense of smell on this one as well. To be fair, you can smell a couple of different scents up ahead. There's a very distinctively hoppery scent.
What? Potpourri?
Potpourri, coppery. Blood
Potpourri.
is but like
Oh,
dried and old blood.
okay.
There is the sounds, even with the 24 actually, the sounds of someone moving around up ahead in the dark. There's no light, so clearly whoever it is doesn't need it. And there's another scent, completely unfamiliar to you, coming from a slightly different direction in this dark maze of rooms that you're in. But you don't hear anything from that direction. The scent is like an old tomb smell, like an old room that hasn't had any air to it, but it seems to be lingering.
Okay.
And that is
Just to be clear, we've got...
So,
Sorry, just to be
guys,
clear,
there's someone moving around ahead. There's a smell of old blood, and there might be some sort of stale air tube off to the side.
yeah.
just to be clear,
There's like
are
yeah.
we using any light at the moment? Is Rafi still not using light? What about I keep forgetting her name, the woman with us.
Tay. Tay doesn't seem to need it. She is a tiefling.
She's a tiefling, of course she is.
She's
Okay.
very definitively a tiefling. You have your thing. Would Rafi, I think Tay sort of suggests it to him, sort of like she'll help guide you if you wish, sort of keep you in the middle. So you can either
No
have the
need.
light on.
No need. I can see further than a lot of you, and I can see through magical darkness now. Thank you.
How long does that last?
10 minutes for every time I spend a key point.
It's certainly gone past 10 minutes by the point you've gone past it.
That's fine. I just spend another key point.
Okay.
If
All
you're
right,
doing the stealth
okay.
thing, I'll just tell me how long it's going to be, and I'll spend that many key points now.
All right, you get to a point where you've now used 2 key points.
Yeah.
And sort of you've that's when this seems to be happening. So
Okay, just as a point,
you are in darkness.
just so you're aware, then I have I've got a torch, a flashlight in my pocket just in case I have a problem with my night vision goggles. Okay.
So you can again ahead of you, slightly to this side, you can smell this old dried blood and just a mixture of other scents that you can't quite put your finger on, and the sound of somebody sort of moving around, not doing sort of a massive job of keeping stealthy. Obviously doesn't realize that you're there potentially. Sort of somewhat, I'd say about 40 foot ahead of you. And then to this sort of side, you've picked up very faint scent of something else that you can't quite put a finger on, but you don't hear anything. What do you wish to do?
Creep forward and get a better look, I guess.
Okay. You.
You've told us, haven't you?
Yeah.
Communicated. I want to go up close to behind Hendrix when he's saying about the dusty tomb feeling, smell and sense. That's when I want to. That'll make me want to be closer to Hendrix and the smell.
So you sort of Liam has come up behind you, Hendrix, and
Okay.
you want to move forward.
Yeah.
Which direction are you moving in? Towards this old dusty smell, or the or tombeish smell, or more towards the dried bloods and the shuffling?
I think Hendrix's instinct would be to go and see what's moving around, unless Liam says something otherwise to him.
All right. You start moving ahead, and there comes a point where there is sort of like a hole where a doorway would be if this place had been properly furnished. So it's just walls and floors at the moment. And coming out, you kind of stop, sort of in the shadows, basing off of your stealth check at the moment. You see this figure, sort of with half-shaved head, a woman in a denim jacket, holding a baseball bat, and she's kind of like sort of looking around. I'll do a quick stealth check, perception check. She just sort of like clearly on watch, on patrol potentially, and she's just like bored. And she goes back in. Liam, you're with Hendrix, I'm assuming. It doesn't. No sort of thing he needed. This is clearly a vampire.
Okay.
Signal.
Do you want to deal with this, or go back and look in the other room that we passed?
I think we need to deal with this. Is mental, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all mental.
She's a guard. We need to deal with her first before we go and investigate, because she's going to send. If we make any noise, we can't be kind of investigatory and wandering around while she's here. We need to we need to get rid of her.
Sure. You're the expert.
All right. So, what do you do?
We need to stop her. We need to stop her escaping for a start, and setting off any alarms.
Okay.
I'll have a look around. Can I see any obvious alarms that she would make? Is there a bell, or is she holding a big bell, or something? Or has she got a button to push? Like, push here for alarm, a big fire alarm, big red button on the wall, boop, boop, or anything?
You think
Or what
that
does it look like? She's just a guard with baseball bat, just gonna.
she's just kind of
shout.
a guard. I think you think that if she made enough noise, people would hear about it. Basically,
Right.
It's not something that is. She doesn't look like she's got anything particularly magical about her. She's not holding a bell. Looks like she's got like a phone on her, but in sort of like just sticking out of her pocket, because the pockets are never fucking big
I'm
enough
going
for
to communicate back to the
Down
rest
here,
of the
it's
group
useless.
then.
Okay.
We've Hendrix and I found a vampire spawn guard up here. We need to take her out quietly. I don't know whether the trank gun will definitely take her out. Do you want to? You guys got any silence or anything?
I've got a silence pistol, but
Yeah, that's not good. Not good. My arrow's not very noisy either. You know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I mean, you shoot them with an arrow. Hendrix teleports in behind them, bites their throat out. Like any good.
We rush forward and hack them with weapons.
Okay, are you ready? Let's go. Hendrix, do you
Yeah.
want to teleport behind her and I'll shoot her?
Sure.
Cool.
Let's do
You
that
can
then.
absolutely. Let's put this on the right layer. Do this quickly. Like get yourself into position because your stealth checks have been quite high. And her perceptions have been shit. She's clearly too bored to pay attention. I'm going to bring people over to the thingy layer. Hang on just for a second. Let's bring you over.
If we want to save my disguise as a
There
distraction
we
for
go.
later, then.
I mean, it's up to you. Whether or not it
I'm
uses
asking
an
the group.
action to do that, etc.
I don't think it's worth
Okay.
it for a guard. We can do it later.
Yeah.
Okay.
She,
All right.
there's no guarantee that she'll even know as a guard who you are. Is there any
Okay.
chance, B, that I can try as a surprise my trank gun to see if it puts her to sleep, and then if not, we go. Hendrix will be behind her, and then we go into initiative.
I
Is
think
that
you know that
no?
trank guns do not work on vampires.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yep.
They're for trawls and whatnot.
For thralls. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So
Okay.
I'm going to stick you, and if you guys can see it, have I dragged you guys over?
Yeah.
I didn't have enough time to do the dynamic lighting on this one, so we just have to play pretend.
We're pity short one person.
Yeah, I'm still bringing
I'll have to-
people on.
I'll have to go behind Hendrix and I because otherwise I can't see through the gap.
Is
Do you
there
want to
actually
sort
is
out?
there actually a gap north of Hendrix?
Yeah, tiny little gap,
Mhm.
a little doorway.
What's that?
Yeah.
So yes, sorry,
yeah.
there is a gap. Yeah. These I don't particularly like these maps. That's why I didn't spend too long on it. But yeah, you've come into this area which is obviously built for some purpose. You don't know what it is. Hendrix and Liam, you can see this vampire spawn up ahead. She seems to be just pacing along this corridor area. Going to ask you to obviously ignore this bit over here for the moment until you actually see it.
What bit?
Yeah, exactly. Daryl, is Remy with you, or
I was about to say I glance at my right shoulder and then oh shit, okay, and then he pops into existence.
okay?
I
There
recast
you
the
go.
spell back in the lodge when we was there.
Back in the lodge. Yeah. I remember that. Is that right? Tom, Rafi is down some hit points for some reason. Do you want to just adjust that on your token so that I don't know why it's not connected to your
I have
thingy?
no idea.
Do you want to add? Have you got
and then Tay.
oh,
I
sorry,
have
Tay.
got a thing for Tay. Yeah, I'm just. Yeah. Oh, she's definitely got more hit points than that. Okay. There we are. Okie dokie. So, I will allow you to get people into position up to a certain point because based on people's stealth checks, you can sort of organize yourselves. I'd say you can't go beyond where she is, and
From Hendrix.
you can kind of get into this room, just into this room from this side.
And we're saying that night vision from night vision goggles was 60 feet or 30.
I thought it was
60 said earlier.
60. Yeah, because I think 60 is the base
Yeah,
for
okay.
night vision, I think. But yeah.
And sorry, but we're unaware of this passage here.
No,
You can be
this
aware of
passage-
that because you're this
passage
passage.
here.
Yeah, this passage.
Gotcha.
I'd rather you didn't know about until because you haven't investigated that area yet.
Yep.
But this passage you can see, and obviously through here. All right. So if you put yourselves in position, and then we will begin. To be honest, I'm not going to do a initiative tracker because it's one thing that you can see. Obviously, I can keep track of that. And it's a surprise round on them. If after the surprise round is done and it's still alive, we'll then go into initiative.
Okay.
All right.
Right.
Let me just go onto the right layer.
If Hendrix teleports, it's 30 foot, so it's going to be right next to her.
If you want to teleport, then yes, you can absolutely. You can stick yourself there to
Yeah,
begin with.
I don't want to be right next to her. But I can't get past her. I can't get any further
But
back than that.
you can with teleport. With the teleport, you can, but
Huh?
you can't walk or stealth past because this is a. Even
Yeah,
with
the
creatures.
teleport only takes me just past her anyway, so I can't. Or can I move forward first and then teleport?
I'd say you could move to about there and then teleport. Would you get you about there? Would you teleport?
Okay,
can't
I did
see
not
you.
see any of that, but yeah. Where am I going moving to?
You can move to there.
There, did you say?
Yeah.
Is that right?
If you're sort of like, yeah, while she's turned the other way, sort of, or like mid turning, you could have crept up, bamfed.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. All right. Is everybody in the positions they wish to be in?
Rafi's hanging
Can
out.
I see anything scary from where I've ended up before we kick off?
You don't see anything, no.
No. Okay.
I'll dictate there.
The vampire
right.
elders in true stealth behind you.
I'm gonna start with Liam and Hendrix first. So what are you both doing?
I'm going to drop a hunter's mark on her and then shoot her twice.
All right, go for it.
Do I target her or something on this, or do I just roll?
Just roll.
Just roll.
All right, that hits. That also hits. Okay. Oh. So, is your arrows classed as magical? Yeah, because
Yeah.
it cost you both.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's the 2D. That's the 2d6 from the hunter's mark.
2d6 from Hunter's Mark. Okay. 20. Oh, 30 points of damage. All right. Hendrix.
I'll do psychic blade thingy.
Go for it. These are, sorry, I should add, these are advantaged because they are surprise and you are stealth from
Okay.
attacking from stealth.
Okay.
Do I need to roll that again then?
Yes.
Should I roll my? Should I
Yeah,
roll two
just
more
roll yours.
just in case I get a crit?
Just in case
Yeah.
of the yeah. Okay. Your psychic blades definitely hit. Obviously there's no nat 20 on those longbows, but that's cool.
And do I get the sneak attack damage stuff
You
on
do.
it?
Yes, you do. So if
How do I do that?
press your psychic blades attack
Just
on roll 20, and then on D&D Beyond when you get there, next to your sneak attack, it will have like a little button you can press. It says like 5d6, 6d6.
Hold on. Let me do the damage for the thingy first. Oh, it's thrown loads of them anyway. It's probably already done it.
Okay. There you go. So total damage 33. Fucking hell. And it is psychic. Jeez. Yeah, she's already not looking very good. We're gonna go just to whose dex is highest out of those left.
Raffy, isn't it?
18.
Probably Raffy.
As is,
18.
but Davos is 18 as well.
Okay, so let's go Daryl and Raffy. You're both acting at the same time. Raffy, what are you doing?
I'm just going to rush forward and grapple her to make sure she doesn't cry out.
Cool,
Sorry.
perfect. Run up to her then and roll me a athletics. Yes, grapple is
Yeah.
athletics.
Actually, no. Do you
And
know what? I'm
it'll
going to do
be-
stunning strike. I'm going to punch her with
That
stunning
makes
strike.
sense. She can't. Yep, she can't
Yeah.
talk with that anyway. So go for it.
Okay.
Last thing you want to do is cover the mouth of a vampire. They're just going to bite your hand.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, we would have got there.
Oh, so one with advantage. I forgot to do that.
Yes, roll with advantage. So
20.
that's obviously 7, and stunning strike is a wisdom. Is that right?
Yes. So, stunning strike is a wisdom
here we go.
save for.
Oh, I pressed that twice. I'll take the first one. She rolled a 15.
No, it's an 18. It's a con
Oh,
save. Sorry,
geez.
it's not a wisdom save.
Oh, it's a
con
con
save.
save. Let's
Con
have a look,
save
see if that would
at
be any-
18. That's different.
Okay. It would be less, so she still fails.
I'm still gonna punch her.
Yep, she is like.
Yep.
And these are these classed as magical?
Oh yes.
Because you've got
yes.
your thingies up.
No.
Yeah,
Just level 6 monks become magical attacks.
gotcha.
So right.
These continue to be obviously advantaged.
Yep. First one.
Definitely
15.
definitely hit.
Okay.
For another 7.
So that's my 2 attacks, and then I'll just do
Alright.
my bonus action attack as well, because why not?
Cool. You block her right in the jaw. And she goes down. She's hit 0.
Kill Stealer!
Yeah,
You
kill
rolled
stealer.
3 every time for the
That's-
damage.
I know, right? Yeah, that's ridiculous. On a
Yeah,
D8.
that is crazy. On a D8, is it?
On a D8.
Yeah.
That's even crazier.
Yeah.
Why? Yeah. You smack her, she goes down. You slowly lower her to the ground. And she is out. Let's put a little thingy on her. I'm assuming you're probably not going to save her. Everything goes quiet again. What do you wish to do now?
Firstly, I'm
Tell-
going to go over and finish her off.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's dead.
Edmund is not going to stop you.
I'm going to move forward to about here,
Uh-huh.
just to keep watch towards the front. And I'm going to, as I'm leaving, I'm going to mutter to Tay to watch the rear.
Yeah. All right. She kind of goes, watch the rear. But she does it anyway.
I shall look at her with a. I mean, bear in mind, I've got goggle eyes of night vision goggles on, but I shall look at her with a.
Yeah.
I don't get that joke. Look on my face.
Oh. Yeah. She rolls her
I'm
eyes.
just
And
I would look at her and
continues.
grin and nod and like, do a side nutter and roll my eyes.
Yeah, yeah. Just sort of like
Oh,
old people.
boomers.
Boomers.
Yeah.
The original
Amazing.
boom.
Literally the original boomers. All right. Are you just moving on from this space?
I'm going to send on the mental command. Search her in case there's anything on the mental link. Search in case there's anything of
Yep.
interest on her.
Yeah, I'll search her after I've finished her off, make sure she hasn't
Alright.
got anything like documents or keys.
Wasn't there mention of a mobile phone?
Oh, mobile
Yes,
phone.
there is
was
a mobile phone. Yes, there is a mobile phone. It's sort of like a it's not new, but it's
I'll take it and hand it. Rafi's quite close. I'll hand it to Rafi. I
Cool.
don't really know how
Hand
you
it.
use mobile phones.
Yeah, it's a Android phone. It would need a pass lock to get in.
But anything else of use? Has she got any symbols on her? Any tattoos? Any markings?
Yes, she definitely has a tattoo of the Crimson Serpent.
Okay.
I'd say she on her shoulder.
Use her thumb to unlock the phone.
Doesn't work.
Okay, in that case, I will hold it over her face and do a face recognition thing.
I'm just gonna do a random check to see whether she would have that. Hang on. How old is this phone? Unfortunately, does not work.
I'll
Yeah.
stuff him in my back pocket.
The thumb thing doesn't work, and I think Liam, you see this, and you're like, undead. We don't register on the thumbprint things, because it goes by heat source.
Yeah, and like I said, just put it in my back pocket. No.
Cool.
Is it
It was a tech
worthwhile investigating this area? I don't know whether she's just guarding this as a way in, or whether this has been excavated. This is something going on here. We're down. Could this be part of the ritual?
Do you want to? Anybody that wants to can make a perception to see anything that might be hidden in this place, sort of thing, or investigation, which would be a little bit more deep dive into specific part of it. So just tell me what it is, whether it's the rooms, whether it's the person. Let me know if you're going to do investigation.
Perception's the room I'm doing, the area.
Just doing perception as well. I want wind sources.
All right. Oh, buddy.
I got nothing. But Hendrix
You're too
knows
busy
everything.
playing with the phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hendrix
Your
stole your
eyes
dice rolls.
Yeah.
He caused you to fumble. He sucked all of your dice numbers, added it to his.
All right.
Oh, that's the wrong thing.
What?
Sorry.
I was about to say, are you investigating Arcanist?
Yeah, definitely. No, sorry.
Oh, Ian, fancy clicking the wrong button? I
Wrong
don't know.
thing, yeah.
You'd never catch me doing something stupid like that.
Jesus Christ, guys. Jesus Christ. Okay.
Baron is he's just glancing around what he can see from where he is rather than doing active searching. Just that's what that's to cover.
Okay.
I'll move up to the front
So,
entrance.
Erin, you're keeping an eye out at the front. You're not seeing anything coming from this direction. So you feel that you're fairly safe there. Liam and I'd say Hendrix, where are you checking? What is your investigation for?
Stuff.
Nope.
I want to go back to the tomb smelling room and check around there.
All right.
That was.
I'm just going to drag you round to here then. All right.
Okay.
So I've moved you where this scent seemed to be coming from, and you investigate this area properly. Liam, your perception is very high, so I think in a way that you follow him as well. So I think you're both sort of here-ish. Okay.
Okay.
Everyone else is kind of keeping watch, being attacked. Rafi, you keep trying to make this phone work, and you're fucking up your night vision because obviously, just blinding you. Shanat one. Hendrix and Liam, you sort of start. I think both of you have very keen senses, smell-wise, and are sort of sniffing the air. Sort of picked up this very dusty. It's a weird scent. I think Liam, you realise it's not quite undead, but it's very, very strange. and it's so hard to see. So when you see it, it's like one of those pictures that when you see it, it kind of surprises you that you can see something within this dark tunnel. Um, where it's so dark in this tunnel, you see the faintest pinpricks of eyes from the ceiling as something seems to be like giant thing seems to have like spider climbed its way up on the ceiling, and it's big. It's a large creature. Um, but it's so difficult to keep your eyes on. It's kind of like almost swirling, misty smoke is coming away from it. And that is what you are seeing, sort of like crouched upon this hewn sort of dugout tunnel thing. And it's looking directly at you. Seems to have been watching you. And it sees you looking, and it's sort of almost trying to sink itself further back into the tunnel. What do you do?
What do you think that is,
Uh,
Hendrix?
Sorry,
Do
what
I
did you say?
recognise it at all? Do I recognise it at all as anything?
You can roll me a history check,
Oh God.
potentially.
Would I be able
Hendrix,
to or not?
I don't think there's any
No,
check that
fair
you
enough.
can make that would let you know what this is.
Fair enough.
Liam,
I'll
no,
relay
not
it
at all.
back to the group then that we've
Is that
We-
not one of the things that came out the
No.
pots, the gin
no,
pots?
no, it's not. It's not a gin. It's
Not
no,
a
it's nothing like
Okay.
a gin. There's something down this tunnel, guys. It's some kind of huge shadowy creature. It's trying to avoid us. It's hiding in the ceiling. It's absolutely massive. It's some kind of
I'm happy for it to avoid us.
shadowy creature. If it's down here, if it's down here, it's up to no good, Hendrix. We gotta put it down.
It's
Hendrix
you're
and Beers
saying all
go
this
flat.
In the
in your
mind,
head, aren't you?
yeah.
Yeah. I think during the course of this conversation, it's made itself a little bit further downwards. Is anybody else going to investigate?
Can we see where the passage comes out? Do we know it's going to come out up the top, or is that not that we wouldn't know that?
I think that now because you've investigated this space,
Yeah.
you kind of like moving between it. You know that it links back up. Yeah, for sure.
Anybody? We are looking down a tunnel here. There's the other end of the tunnel, round by the exit, where if we were to carry on going, does any of you guys want to get to that point, and then we'll try and deal with this creature?
Why are we dealing with this
Oh.
creature?
Come over.
It's down here. Why anything in a vampire lair is up to no good, surely.
Oh, I thought we were on the borders of the vampire lair now because we've just found a guard.
Well,
Are we-
it's
are-
here it's here with a guard. I'm saying deal with it. Doesn't necessarily mean kill it. Get up the other end to stop it escaping, and then we can maybe talk to it. And if it is bad, we can put it down.
Okay, I'll move and cover the exit.
I'll move.
Right. During the course
The
of
creature.
this conversation and during people moving and whatnot, it does make its way down here. And just as you guys are at the exit, covering the other side of this tunnel, it's sort of like sliding itself along the wall and down the sides, and it turns around, thinking that it's got a way out, and it spots these two other creatures ahead of it. This young boy looking person who's Matthew, and Baron, and has now sunk its way back further. But now it seems to be doing this thing where it's expanding itself, trying to almost make itself look very big. It's clearly being spotted and is not comfortable with it.
Can I
Padman,
make a history check on what creature it is?
you don't need to make a history check. You recognise this creature straight away. This is the Tankerobogus that came to be at your lair on the very
same one?
first. The same one.
What are you doing here?
Sorry, you're saying this verbally, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It's just backing away. Just sort of like stuck now. But it's starting to like almost try to feel out. You can see parts of it wisping, feeling out the crevices, trying to find an exit that isn't these two corners.
Why are you following me? I had teeth sent. I had your food sent to the haven or hostel.
Make me a persuasion check with advantage.
Oh, wrong one.
Right.
I'm doing it now.
My guy.
I've started a trend.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. I think the second time you speak to it, and with the context of what you're saying to it, again, these two eyes sort of find your face. I don't think you can register confusion on this thing. It's too not humanoidish, but it has almost a cock to its head, and a recognizing of your voice and what you've said. And you hear that gravelly sounding voice suddenly come out, and it goes, "You are Cadman."
Yes.
Kind of wisps its way over to you. There are people in your sanctuary. I followed them here.
People in my sanctuary that are here.
Yes.
I
They
don't.
came and went through your things. Scared off your guests.
They've attacked my hostel.
Yes. Men. The mortal men.
Oh. Thank you for this information. You should get somewhere safe. I'll deal with these.
Do not know where to go.
Do you remember the way back to the hostel?
There are people. You said it was safe.
It will be safe when I'm done with these people.
Kind of
I mentally
Well-
say,
hits itself into the ceiling again, sulking.
I'll telepathically tell everyone. He is a friend. There's been an attack on my home. He followed the intruders here.
Where's your home?
He is not aligned to the vampires.
Andy, you cut out a minute there. Whatever you were saying.
Sorry, where's your home?
Just
In
outside.
near Canterbury.
And that's been attacked.
Okay, Cadman.
From what he said, that's been attacked by people who are now here.
Yes.
They came this way.
So you're. I shall say out loud rather than mentally to the creature.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Apologise. I thought that was out loud.
No. When did this attack take place?
2 nights. 2 nights ago.
Right. So out of character, I'm not going mad. We didn't know about this vampire group 2 nights ago, did we?
No.
I did.
Ah, okay.
Well, yeah. I mean, like people.
I think that was when we did the ritual, the mini ritual we did to help the circle.
There's only been one night since then,
About
hasn't
2
there?
nights ago, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh.
No, 2 nights ago would have been the night you spent at Renwick's before you came into London.
Ah.
That was just after you left the
Scaries.
there is scary.
Was it so with the same night that with the attack on the Scaries and the attack on the Circle Spirits?
It would have been the night after that
Okay.
attack. Yeah.
Okay.
This.
I've moved out of the way anyway and round to let the thing go.
Yeah. I'll just keep it
Fake
descriptive as well.
Dahlia. She knew.
Daria.
I assume she was the one that dealt with Daria. Dealt with the payment sent to my home. I'm guessing she informed them.
They came and looked and rifled. They did not find anything that they wanted. Very angry. I followed them. I could sense them. I did not like being above ground. I followed them, and then they came here. And they met with the parasitical one. The ones that are not living. And they have gone further.
And they haven't returned. They're still here.
I did not want to go past. I have been here for a little while. You gather from this creature, as scary as it looks, it's not very brave.
The way it was trying to press itself into the city. That's the reason why I wanted the others at the other end, because I expected it to flee before we had a chance to speak to it.
Yeah. You
So that's why I recognise the token then.
going to... Yeah, that's why you recognise the token. You are going to get them. I return to the sanctuary.
Yes, go home. It will be safe again.
I will go. And it starts skittling away. Doesn't seem to make a noise, but you could see the movement of it, just as it's like dark against dark almost. And then it's unimpeded.
Stay safe, stay unseen.
Yeah, it disappears quite quickly. It's only with the absolutely insane perception and investigation checks that you were able to see it. But yeah, had Cadman looked like Cadman, it would have just come out by itself. But all right, what else?
Bedtime.
Bedtime. Cool.
Yeah.
We can stop there for the night because it is 2
No.
minutes past 11.
Yep.
And the next leg of this journey does seem to be now very much into this vampire territory. Baron being absolutely correct. This is the guard to the beginning of this territory. And we will pick up there, not tomorrow, no, definitely not tomorrow, not next week, as we're off next week, as we're down a player that actually records the sessions. God damn it, Andy. But hopefully the week after. We'll hope you join us and see you then. Thanks.
Thanks, Roger. Thanks. Bye.
Night, guys. Thank you so much.